I've been trying to do this video for a few months now, and I've been having a hard time. I'm really having a hard time doing this video. I'm going to try my best. So, here's a question I have for you, woman. What makes you a queen? What makes you this princess? I see y'all calling each other queens and princesses, and I see the brothers calling y'all queens and princesses. And if none of this applied to you, no, I'm about to read some things from in a few minutes. If none of this applied to you, then I suppose you can go ahead and call yourself the queen and the princess that you are. But listen, everyone has a conscience, and if any of this applied to you, then I'm sure your conscience will kick in. I'm trying my best to hold it together, because this is just a drop in the bucket of what I'm about to read to you guys. Just a drop in the bucket. Just a drop in the bucket. 21-year-old mother leaves her two children, 3-year-old and a 15-month-old, with her boyfriend, who's 19, to go to the store. When she returned from the store, the 15-month-old was dead, and the boyfriend was charged with murder. She had just met the boyfriend. The baby was beaten to death. Both children have two separate fathers, none of whom belong to the new boyfriend. So she has a 15-month-old, practically a newborn. She has two children, and none of them belong to this new boyfriend. And those two children have two different fathers. So this is a woman. This is a black. By the way, these stories are all black women. They're about all black women, all of them, every single one of them. So here you have a black woman, a young black woman with two children, two different fathers, brand new boyfriend in the house. Right? So just moving from man to man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a difficult time. So her children have two separate fathers and brand new man in the house already. Let me move on. 19-year-old. This is a totally different story here. A woman, 19-year-old boyfriend murdered her 2-year-old daughter. The mother left her 2-year-old in the care of the boyfriend, who killed the child by beating her to death. Let's move on. A mother moved her new boyfriend in the home, which led to the boyfriend, DeAndre, of murdering her 8-year-old son brutally by beating the boy with a hammer after the boy tried to stop the boyfriend from raping his 4-year-old sister. The mother had 3 children, none of whom belonged to this new boyfriend. So here you have a new man in the house, right? You have an 8-year-old boy who walked in on this man who's about to sexually assault his 4-year-old sister. And the boy tried to stop this grown man from raping his sister, and this boy was beaten to death with a hammer by this brand new dude that the mother desperately brought into her home. New story. The live-in boyfriend, Willie Hamilton, of a woman a woman with a 2-month-old baby was charged with murdering the child after the baby was left in his care. The child suffered internal injury. The child was not his. A 2 months old. So wait a minute. So now, you have a woman, a black woman with not a 2-year-old, a 2-month-old baby. And she already got a new man in the house. Where's the daddy? This is a newborn. Where's the daddy at? Where's the father? What the hell? Why do you have a brand new and why are you men? This is the thing, right? You have a brand new mommy, a woman with a brand new baby. What are you doing with this woman? You're already having sex with a woman who just have a 2-month-old baby, a brand new baby. Some of y'all brothers are off as hell. Just off. Like, why? Why would you lay down with a woman who is not your wife, right? Who just had a 2-month-old baby with another man, and you're already in bed with her? Y'all are disgusting. Seriously. Y'all are disgusting. You black women are disgusting. And you brothers are no different. You, the ones who are going into bed and laying up with a woman who just had a 2-month-old for some other dude. Are y'all that desperate? Mother walked in on living boyfriend raping her 14-year-old daughter. Okay. 3-year-old child accidentally shot himself in the face with a gun of the man whom his mom moved into the home. The young mother lied to the cops trying to protect the boyfriend. So you have a 3-year-old child who accidentally shot himself in the face with the gun of some dude that the mother just moved into the house. Brand new dude. And then, who did she try to protect? The boyfriend. She didn't give a damn about her son. She didn't give a damn. She tried to cover her up for the new man. 25-year-old mother charged with drowning. Okay. So let's just stop here for a second, right? Let's just stop here for a second. So what we have in common here are a bunch of black, and this is just a drop in the bucket. This is just a drop in the bucket. There are hundreds of this type of story out there with black mothers, desperate black mothers who are, let me, oh, you know what, let me go over this one here. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this one here because it just happened recently. 6-year-old baby. 6-year-old. Y'all see, for those of you who watched the video, I didn't watch it. It was sent to me. I didn't look at it. I did not see it. I told the person I'm not interested. 6-year-old baby was seen on camera giving 44-year-old Jermaine Moore oral sex. If that's not bad enough, Jermaine's wife, who allegedly is the mother of the child, is charged with aiding and abetting in the abuse of the child. The woman, Tanya Hardy Moore, so they are married, is arrested for concealing his whereabouts. She is charged with hindering prosecution. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm having a hard time with this story. So she, for years, she has sat there and watched this man molest and rape children. Apparently, they lived in a home with several children and was barely seeing outside of the home. she's facing charges of, well, he's facing charges of criminal sexual conduct, and she's also facing charges. 3 victim has been identified. So 3 other victim has been identified in Detroit, where the man used to live. 3 of the victims were assaulted from 2011 until 2017. They are now ages 9, 12, and 10. So imagine how old they were back in 2011. So here you have a woman who's married to a man and have a 6-year-old child. Now, I don't know if this is his child or this is more likely someone else's child. I'm just assuming that this child, the father of this child, is not this man. This is someone else's child. This child's father is somewhere else, right? That's just my assumption, because they didn't say that this man was the father of the child. So here you have a woman who is living in the home with this man, who is engaging in this type of vile and disgusting, who's raping this child. I can't. And this black woman had the nerve to try and cover up for this beast who is doing this thing to her daughter. So I'm just like, I can't wrap my brain around what's going on with our black woman. What's going on with black women? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Is this mental illness? Is that the excuse? Is this mental illness? Because here you have these women with a 2-month-old baby, a brand new baby, and you already moved a new dude in the house. You already have a new guy in the house. Where's the father? And then you have a mother who sit by and allow her child to be victimized, raped, and assaulted and molested. I mean, there's so many of these stories. I don't have all day. What's going on? You have mothers who have daughters in the home. You just meet a guy, and this man is already living in your home, molesting and raping your children. What was it, like 3 days ago? 3 days ago? I just read this story. This is a story in the news. You guys can go look it up. You have a 33-year-old man who was moved into a home by the mother of a 12-year-old twin daughters and a 14-year-old daughter. Moved into the home, and he got all 3 girls pregnant. All 3 of them. The 12-year-old twins and their 14-year-old sister. All 3 of these girls were pregnant. One of them had an abortion, and the other 2 had the babies. This woman who claimed she was just helping a homeless guy, that was her excuse. So she moved this man into the home, and this man raped all 3 of her daughters, and got them pregnant. Where were you, Mom? And why would you move a homeless man into the home with your 3 young babies in the home? You want to know why? First of all, you knew this man. He wasn't just some homeless dude. Who the hell moved a homeless dude into their home with their 3 young girls in the home? Who you fooling? You're a desperate woman who's horny as hell, and you just wanted some dick. That's all it was. You just wanted some penis. That's all it is. And that's what the problem is with a lot of you black women. You are just desperate for some penis. Desperate as hell. Lonely and desperate. You cannot go a month without some penis. That's all it boils down to. What is the mother of a 2-month-old baby doing with a brand new man in the house? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're desperate. Because the problem is, this is a cycle. You have young girls that are overly sexualized in the home, that have been molested and raped, right? And they grow up and they continue to cycle. They have these children by these men who don't want the kids, right? And so the cycle continues. You have these young women who go out, they get the new man in the house, and the new man come in the house, and the cycle continues. They come and they take advantage of these young babies, and the young babies are overly sexualized, they're molested, they're raped, and these babies grow up to be adults, and they carry on the cycle, and the cycle continues, and it's just over and over and over. And when the hell does it stop? When the hell does it stop? When does this sickness stop? You brothers, yeah. You brothers who meet a woman, right, with a 2-month-old baby that she had with some other dude. What are you doing laying up with this woman? What are you doing having sex with a woman who just had a 2-month-old baby? What kind of man are you? I'm sorry. I mean, this video, I'm actually addressing the sisters, but I really got to ask you brothers a question, though. What are you doing with a woman who just had a 2-month-old, a 6-month-old, even a 1-year-old? Where's the father? Aren't you concerned? Like, where's the daddy? Where's the daddy? What are you doing having sex with a woman who just had a 2-month-old baby? And you women are disgusting as hell to open your legs to some new dude after you just gave birth 2 months ago. How despicable can you be? How desperate can you be? Like, what the hell? Let me tell you something. My mom has 3 children. All 3 of us, same daddy, okay? Same man. My dad passed away when I was 8 years old. My younger sister is a couple years younger than me, and my dad passed away. My mom was 6 months pregnant when my dad passed away. And to this day, I have yet to see my mom with a man. Ever since my dad passed away, I have never seen my mother with another man. Now, whether she have some guy somewhere that she's keeping a secret, I don't know. Like, I asked my mom, like, Mom, I'm grown now. You can give me a stepdaddy now. I'm grown. But I have never seen another man. My mother has never brought another man around her children since my dad passed away. And she still wear that ring he put on her finger. Never. I've never seen a man. Ever, ever, ever. Since my dad passed away. God bless his soul. What the hell is going on with you desperate black women who opening your leg? And what's with all this 4 kids, 4 different baby daddy? What the hell? 4 different baby daddy. Just one after the other. One child, the father, where's the daddy? Like, seriously, can I just ask y'all a question? Where the hell is the daddies? Where are all these fathers that you don't have in your life anymore? Where do they go? So you lay up with one dude, you have the baby, father is gone. You find another dude a couple months later, you lay with him, baby comes, he's gone. Another couple months later, a new dude, like, you know what I call a woman like you? A damn whore. Oh, yeah, I said it. That's pretty much what a whore is. You're a whore, yeah. You're a harlot. You're a whore. You're a hoe. That's what it is. Just running around, opening your nasty legs and just giving it up to some strange dudes, and then they're gone, and here you have a baby, the daddy's nowhere around, and then you keep dragging these men through the court system. And I mean, who am I blaming here? I don't even know who to blame. The dude who just wants some flesh, right? Because that's what he wants. He don't want you. Because you barely know him. You barely know each other. You just met him. Right? So who am I blaming here? I'm blaming you, woman. You know why I'm blaming you, woman? Because it's your vagina. It's your vagina. It's your vagina. Unless a man hold a gun to your head, or say drug you, put something in your drink, and you pass out and you have no control over what's going on with you, and he rapes you and you get pregnant, and that's a totally different story here. Or somebody hold a gun to your head and he rape you, or knife or something, just doing something against your will. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you desperate ass woman who willingly is opening your nasty crotch to these men over and over, and having these kids that you are just totally abandoning, and allowing people to come in and just take advantage of these children. I'm blaming you, mothers. Yeah, that's who I'm blaming. I'm blaming y'all women. Desperate. Nobody is telling you to open your legs to these men and having all these kids. Are y'all that desperate? Seriously? You sit around and you blame these men. Oh, deadbeat dad, blah, blah, blah. You chose him. You lay down with him after just meeting him. 9 times out of 10, y'all women just met the dude 2 months ago. 9 times out of 10. You don't know him. You don't even know his last name. You don't know his mom. You know nothing about his family. But you laying up with him, and he's in the house with you and your other young children, and next thing you know, he's in the house molesting and raping your goddamn kids in the house. Close your nasty crotch. Close your legs. Close it. You shouldn't have some new dude in your house around your little boys or your little girl, and you barely know this guy. I am so disgusted. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not sorry. I am not sorry. Somebody needs to talk about this shit. Somebody needs to address this. I am so angry. I am so goddamn angry right now. I can't even tell you. You know what? I'm not here to pacify anybody. I'm not here to be all sweet and nice. Listen, the Sunday church pastor can do that. That's what y'all used to go to church and sit down and listen to the pastor, and the pastor's being all nice. This is not Sunday school, okay? This is reality here. And these stories that I'm reading, this is real story that are happening. Our black women are out of control, disgusting, just desperate, and just what are we blaming it on mental illness? What's the deal? What are we blaming it on? Mental illness? This culture of that we live in now, where you have black women are just moving from men to men, one man after the other, and just having these kids with multiple men over and over. And who's suffering? The children are suffering. And it's just a vicious cycle. These children grow up, they're bitter, they're angry, they were raped, they were molested, and they grow up and they continue to cycle over and over. When is this shit gonna stop? When is it gonna stop? We need to talk. There needs to be conversation about this shit. We need to talk about this. Our children are suffering. If our black mothers are not allowing their children to be sexually molested and raped, they're the ones that's killing the children. Now that's another one. You have a lot of black mothers out there who are just viciously killing their kids. And you know what? Let me go over a few of them. Lamora William, 24-year-old black woman, locked her 2 children in the oven and burned them alive. Rachel Thompson, or Raquel Thompson, and her boyfriend went out to get pizza, leaving 4 children under the age of 5 in the home. One of the siblings, oh my God, the 19-month-old Zaira was locked in the oven by her other sibling and burned alive. So here you have a mother, a black mother. All these stories are about black mothers. So you have a black mother with her boyfriend. Notice I say boyfriend, not the husband, not the father of the child, the boyfriend. Went to the store and left 4 children under the age of 5 in the home. And the 19-month-old was locked in the oven by the other sibling and burned. Somehow they were able to turn the oven on, and they didn't, their babies, I'm sure they didn't do this on purpose, but they were left in the home by themselves, unsupervised, and burned their 19-year-old sibling alive in the oven. 22-year-old Kimberly Dorviller, whatever, from New Jersey, murdered her newborn by setting her on fire after she decided that she no longer wanted the child. So here you have a woman, a young woman, 22-year-old. She somehow didn't, with the baby daddy, she don't know where the hell he is. She's having a problem taking care of the child, and she decided, I don't want him anymore because I can't be bothered. So she burned him alive. Black woman. Now listen, I don't give a damn what Becky or the Chinese chick or the Indian chick does with their babies. I'm not white, I'm not Chinese, I'm not Indian. I'm a so-called black woman, and I'm addressing the issue that the black woman is creating in the black community. And that's just what it is, okay? I don't care if Becky is doing this too. I don't care if the Chinese chick is doing this too. I don't give a damn, okay? Kishana Thomas, 33-year-old, killed her 11-year-old daughter and stuffed her remains in the freezer. Lartasha Sanders, age 43, arrested for murdering her sons, age 5 and 8. The boys were stabbed multiple times in the home by the mom. A young mother in Florida stabbed her 2-year-old son to death and then stabbed the father. So she and the daddy got into some whatever. And not only did she kill the father, but she also killed her son. Black woman beat her 3-year-old with a baseball bat because the child ate some cupcake. Jesus Christ. 16-year-old girl shoved a rock down her newborn baby's throat because she didn't want the baby anymore. A 10-year-old son killed himself because his mother whipped and choked him with an extension cord because he was being rude. 31-year-old mother, Tanaya Page, killed her 4-year-old infant daughter and by suffocating her with a pillow, and dumped the baby's body in a dumpster because she didn't want the baby's father to gain custody of the child. So here you have a woman who would rather kill her baby than knowing that the father is having, is taking the child. She didn't want the child to go to the daddy, so she would rather kill the child than having the child with the father. 24-year-old Amelia, 24-year-old mother Amelia ties up her 4-year-old son and doused him with gasoline, set him ablaze, burning him alive. The baby was found in the bathroom with his hand bound behind his back with some belts. 64-year-old woman suffocated her 9-year-old cousin to death. The child was left in her care. She sat on the child for a long time, and the child suffocated to death. She claimed the child would not listen to her, so she sat on the child as punishment. This is a 64-year-old black woman. So, if the black women are not allowing their children to be raped, assaulted, sexually molested, they're killing the child. They're killing their children. Listen, these are all stories y'all can see in the news. Okay, y'all can go look it up on Google, whatever. Go to your local TV station, TV station. Search down the line. You can see all these stories on the website, on all these local news website is what I'm trying to say. Black women are disgusting. I know, I said it. Obviously, I'm not talking about all black women. Duh. I'm talking about these black women that I'm reading about. They're disgusting. They're filthy and disgusting. That's all I'm going to say. I don't give a damn what the excuse is. What they went through this, blah, 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 blah. What they're allowing to happen to their children, really, it's disgusting. It really is. I'm gonna say this, and a lot of you women are not gonna like it, and I don't give a damn. Okay? But black women are known to sit by and allow young children to be violated, raped, and molested by men and other women. I mean, I have so many stories that I haven't even read here. Stories that I know personally. I'll give y'all one. I'm going to give you one. Years ago. I'm not going to say who or where. I'm just going to say years ago. There was a 13-year-old child who was on her way home from a family member's house. It was getting dark. It was raining. And she was trying to get home. And she had to cross a field to go home. And as she turned the corner, some guy in the neighborhood, she bumped into him. And he grabbed her, dragged her to his house. She was kicking and screaming. And while he was dragging her to his house, she happened to look over, and there was his aunt sitting on the porch. And she begged and screamed for his auntie to help her. And you know what happened? The auntie, who was sitting right there on the porch, sat there and watched her nephew drag this little girl in the house and raped her. That little girl was screaming the whole entire time. Screaming, right? And when he was done with her, the little girl grabbed her stuff and she ran out the house. And as she was running, she looked over her shoulder, and that auntie was still sitting right there on the porch. Didn't do a damn thing. I'll never forget that story. And there's so many others I can tell you. I don't have all day. But when I tell you that black woman, some black women can be so disgusting and vicious. Black women can sit by. How we can just sit by and watch a child get violated is beyond me. It's beyond me. How a mother, any mother, can sit by and allow a child to be brutally raped without even, like, I would give my life to save a child from being raped or anything else. I don't give a damn. I'd jump in there and you're going to have to kill me because you're not touching that child. How a black mother can sit by and listen to the scream of a child and not even attempt to help is beyond me. It's beyond me. The child who that happened to, now this is a real story, I'm telling you. You know what? Of course she didn't go home and tell her family. So nothing happened. She was a child. She was scared. But I'm just wondering, how the hell can a woman sit and see a young girl being dragged and listen to her scream, listen to her being raped, brutally raped by a man, by her family member, and does absolutely nothing? It's beyond me. So when I say that sometimes one of the most dangerous places for a child is in the care of a black woman. Yes, I said it. You can quote me. Sometimes one of the most dangerous places for a black child is in the care of a black woman, because some of y'all black women are disgusting. You are demonic and evil. A lot of y'all. Who move a total stranger into their home with their young children in the home? You just met this dude 6 months ago, and already he's in the home with your little teenage daughters. There was a woman in Florida. She walked in on her little 12-year-old daughter being raped by her boyfriend that she just moved into the house. Like, you really? Are y'all so desperate for? You know what? I'm gonna end this video.